Hey, it's David. Well, did the kickoff meeting with Guitar Zoom folks, Guitar Zoom Academy today, and that was pretty cool. They have a real community where you can talk guitar and stuff. The one tip that I got out of the first meeting, we were talking about how to document, some of the stuff that I just make up, so that we can analyze it and talk about it and you know make it better. Was to that the software that was recommended for getting the tablature down is called Guitar Pro. So, so I went ahead and went through Sweetwater and purchased a license for that, and their URL to download the software and get the license and instructions and everything is not working. So I'm sure Sweetwater will fix that, because I do a lot of business with them, and they're really good. I highly recommend them. If you don't already know, they're like the best in the business. Sweetwater and Reverb are guitar player resources that you should check out if you play guitar and you haven't checked them out. You're missing something. Pretty sure no one is missing that. It's pretty obvious. So also, I just want to kind of say that these videos are kind of like live-ish, and that I'm not editing them. I looked at using CapCut, but then I realized I need to do a little more research before I make a choice on what editor to use. And you should be able to not say without editing, which is kind of the main thing in public speaking, is to be able to just speak without saying every 5 minutes. So the purpose of this video is to get some clean. I've got the Telecaster here, my 75th anniversary Telecaster, which I like very much. And there you go, hand them again. I intend to try to get down some clean riffs with it on this video. And I want to share with you that when I did my analytics, going through my site analytics, I want to thank everybody that's watching the video, that has watched videos, that's participating in the channel. It's just been great. I want to do a video dedicated to briefing back the support that I've been getting on the channel, to thank everyone that's been supporting it, and I will do that. I've got some deadlines next Wednesday that are making my time pretty tight this week, so I'm still planning on practicing every day and getting something down here. The purpose of this video is to get a couple of clean riffs down, and then I'll probably do another one with something on, so I use code 79 for the clean sounds, and I'll probably do something else on code 80 after this video is done. What I did find was that, looking at the analytics, that most of the new contacts that the site makes, which is kind of go out into the marketplace and make contact with people and get them into the site, and that's how you get your subscribers eventually, according to the gurus of YouTube. And YouTube will put your stuff out there. When you do a short, they'll run it pretty reliably. They run at least one or two of my shorts. They put them out there consistently, as long as I get them up there every day. So I try to get some shorts out every day. And they don't run with every short, but they'll put it in the feed. Once they put your short in the feed, that's where most of your hits come from, as far as your views and everything. And the views tend to be about 10 to 15 seconds. And when you go to create a short from a video, the default is 15 seconds. You can extend it out to 60 seconds, but the default is 15. And I think that that's probably consistent when I'm flipping through shorts, and I'm just it's kind of like flipping through channels on the TV. Unless I'm really looking for some serious content, I'm usually just, kind of browsing through. About 15 seconds is about how long I spend looking at anything that isn't a long list of things that I'm scrolling through, channels or shorts or whatever. So what I've discovered is that one of the keys to success here is to do 15-second shorts that will loop, right? So where the end of the riff ties back into the beginning. so that people can, if they want to hear more of it after 15 seconds, they just play it longer, and it will provide, it'll get the job done for for as long as you want, because you make something that will loop. So if you're making content and you're playing guitar, keep that in mind. That's what I'm going to try to do here. So that gives me a lot more latitude to do more talking. I don't know if you want to hear more talking or not, if you're kind of watching the video now. But I probably will do more talking in these videos instead of trying to get straight into the playing. Sometimes I like to just practice in these things, and then when I'll practice, then I'll try to get something new that I like that sounds good, and then kind of work it from there. And I'll still do those, because the reason I record those sessions is sometimes when you're just playing around, you come up with something that's really good, and if you don't capture it right then, you forget what it is, right? And you'll lose it. So there's something to be said about when I'm just meandering, practicing. That's how I come up with a lot of the things that I create that I like. So I think that's probably enough background. If this were actually live, or if we were actually in the same room, I'd ask if you had any questions. But I have the luxury of being on video, so I don't have to answer any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and play now. I will answer one question. The question being, what are you about to play? So I play this riff a lot, and it's from Blackfoot song called Highway Song. It's not exactly the way they play it on the album, but I tend to change things up a little bit anyway. And it's if you know the song, most people identify it as the Highway Song riff. It's a good song. Highly recommend you check it out if you have never heard it. If you have heard it, I hope I'm doing it justice. Play that. That was on the bridge pickup, and tone and volume maxed out, and with the serial parallel set to series. I'm gonna switch to the neck pickup, was where I usually play this. About this guitar, I covered it in a previous video. This is where I say I'm going to be talking more in the videos, right? Unless you're in the middle, this series parallel doesn't do anything, because it only affects how the signal from both pickups together is sent to the amplifier. So with this push button out, this is the parallel mode that a normal Telecaster is in, which would be the default mode. So if I push it in, well, if I push it again to the end position, there's a difference. I like it better out. I'll tune back a little bit too. Volume back a little bit. Yeah, so probably I need to practice more often, right? Because I've been playing that tune for since I was a kid, and how well I play that particular song tells me more about how much I've been practicing than anything else. And I probably haven't played that particular riff since the last time I played it on a video, which means I haven't been practicing, and it sounds like it when you go to play. If you haven't been practicing, you just things are a little bit off. So by this time next year, there should be a distinct difference in my playing between it's kind of like this rusty type, sense where things are okay, it's there, but every few bars, there's a buzz or a tap or something they shouldn't be there. So the reason I'm saying this is for the guitar players, right? If you're a guitar player, don't worry about that. Just play, practice, play, practice, play. That's how you get that. That's how you get better as a guitarist. Assuming that you're trying to get where I am, you can take my advice on that. I would imagine if you're trying to play guitar, you're trying to play better than I'm playing now, which is what I'm trying to do, that's the Academy thing. So I'm going to play one other riff. I'm pretty sure there's a 16-second loop I can create out of all those iterations of Highway Song that I will like and make into a short. But I do practice. I do play that much of that tune repetitively because I'm looking to miss something, right? I should be able to play the amount of time that I played there without missing a note, right? And that I'm not there. I'm not currently there. So here's another clean riff that I like to do, which is a good 16-second riff as well. So let me also say that I currently move between 3 locations, right? So I'm at the beach. This is my condo, and typically this Strat is normally here at the beach, which I don't like to advertise exactly where I'm at on which day and where my guitar is on each day for obvious reasons. It's not, yeah. So that affects things too. So I play different guitars wherever I go. I don't like to travel with my guitars, although if I'm going to be traveling here, I think maybe this week, and I'll travel with it. And it's a different feel for each guitar. Like in this guitar, everything's a little different whenever I pick up a different guitar. So I do that too. I try to play different guitars, so eventually I'll be able to pick up anything and just play it. So I like to play that just because I like to play it. All right, so it's 4 strings, 4-string chord, then the A7 5-string chord, and then the G, the 6-string, right? So when you're learning to play chords and stuff, you have to learn to only hit the bottom 4 strings, the bottom 5, or all 6, depending on what type of chord you're trying to play. So if you're not a guitar player, that's what that's all about. So, since you stayed with me this long, and this is my practice routine for clean tones. The other one I normally do is Stairway to Heaven, just because it's good for getting a feel for this. Well, because I like it, but also it's good for getting a feel for where the strings are relative to your fingers and your ear. All right. Thank you, and have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.